everyone, and welcome to our Instagram Live event. My name is Paul Arsov, and I'm the founder of the Decentralized Web project. The topic of our educational event today is reshaping our world. Potential impact of AI on our lives. The topic touches on technology and the future and what potentially could happen different scenarios, but the unknown is possible. And usually at the point of this event, I like to tell a little bit about our project. We're building this decentralized communication platform, and recently we did release a marketplace and a collection of NFTs. What is interesting, unique, and special about our NFTs and marketplace is that it is based on three-dimensional objects. With three-dimensional objects, there has to be special software which loads and displays these objects, and this software can animate these objects, can start moving these objects. This is very, very different and new compared to traditional NFTs, which are predominantly based on flat and two-dimensional static JPEG and PNG images. So we believe 3D NFTs are going to set the new direction and redirect the market to from 2D to 3D and to NFTs which have additional capabilities. People using 3D objects, usually they use game engines, and currently there are two popular choices of game engines creators of 3D are using. The first one is Unity, and the second one is Unreal. But by using standard engines, creators early or late, they find that their strings attached, and that's why we decided to build our own 3D software engine, which it opens a window on a computer screen, and then it loads the 3D object, and then it starts animating this object in a way of moving it in a random fashion around the window it did open. But in addition to opening a window and loading the 3D NFT, our 3D software engine brings multiple additional capabilities. And the first additional capability is the capability of speaking. The 3D NFTs can speak in one of three basic voices. They can speak either in male voice or female voice, or in a whisper kind of a voice. Then the 3D, the voices, each of the voices, they can have flavors. For example, a voice can be spoken either in a normal speed, or can be spoken in a fast speed, or it can be spoken in a slow speed manner. And if we take a male voice and it is spoken in a slow speed manner, then this voice can come as the voice of a very masculine person, or it can come as the voice of a note person. And if on the other hand we take a female voice and it is spoken in a fast speed manner, then this voice can come as the voice of a little girl or the voice of a funny person. So that's it regarding to the speaking capability. The second capability we have for the 3D NFTs is the capability of voice recognition. Like the 3D NFTs can recognize voice commands, and for example, if you have a 3D NFT which keeps moving in a random fashion around the window in a computer screen, you can issue your first voice command to the 3D NFT to stop moving, and then the 3D NFT is going to stand still and stop moving. You can issue following commands to the 3D NFT to move left, move right, move up, move down, zoom in, zoom out, or rotate. And then the 3D NFT is going to follow each one of these commands and move left, move right, then move up, move down, come closer, zoom in, go farther away, zoom out, and start rotating. So that's it regarding to the voice recognition capability. The third capability that we have for our 3D NFTs is the capability of them having a basic artificial intelligence. Wow, really? Wow. You can ask the 3D NFT to describe something. For example, describe Web3, or describe decentralization, or describe Russia. And then the 3D NFT is going to tell you a few sentences about Web3 or about decentralization or about the country called Russia. So, in addition to this, you can ask what's your name, and then 3D to reply with their name. You can ask the 3D NFT, who are you? And then 3D NFT is going to tell you in few sentences who they are. So that's it regarding to the basic AI capability. And the last but not least important capability for the 3D NFTs is the capability of stereoscopics. So what stereoscopics means is that part of the 3D NFT is going to be displayed in red or reddish colors, and then another part of the 3D NFT is going to be displayed in blue or bluish colors. Then you can come to our 3D NFT marketplace and find a link to accessories, and on this link for accessories you're going to find some glasses that we offer. You can click and order one pair of these glasses, and when you receive these glasses you're going to see one lens of these glasses red, and the other lens of these glasses is blue. Then you put these glasses on, and you can request of this and in Western weeks, and then you set the computer case of our NFTs, let me tell you also about our marketplace. What is unique and special about our marketplace is that it is oriented specifically towards 3D objects. And like the currently we have our first collection now of in this collection is 205, but with collections additional objects, 3D NFT objects. So what is also unique and special about our NFT marketplace is that we have our own blockchain instance, and this blockchain instance is running Ethereum software. So the software which runs on Ethereum mainnet and other blockchains, like for example Polygon or Avalanche or many other blockchains which are using Ethereum software. They generate their own coin, and they also are public as well. So what is the difference between Ethereum mainnet, for example, and our own blockchain instance is the network ID of the blockchain. Each blockchain, when they start like running from the initial block they create to the next blocks which are constantly added to the blockchain. Like each of these blockchain has their own network ID. And for example, for Ethereum mainnet, the network ID is number 1, and our network ID is number 124. So by having our own blockchain instance, we can deploy the smart contracts for the non-fungible tokens on our own blockchain instance, and in this way we do not require our users to pay gas fees for deployment of the smart contracts, and we allow our users to use multiple crypto coins for buying and then receiving proceedings from sales of the 3D NFTs. Currently, we have choice of 4 different crypto coins which our users can use for buying and then receive proceedings from sales of the 3D NFTs. We have the choice of using Solana Sol or Polygon Matic or Avalanche Avax or KuCoin, which is a big centralized crypto exchange. They have a coin called KCS. In addition to buying and then receiving proceedings from sale in crypto, we have a second parallel and independent way of buying and selling our NFTs, and it is done entirely in fiat currency. User who comes to our 3D NFT can use their debit or credit card and pay in their national fiat currency, and then become an owner of an NFT. This payment is then converted to US dollars, and it is deposited in our bank account. And let's say there is a second user who comes to buy the 3D NFT. They're using their debit or credit card to pay for the 3D NFT, and let's say they want to purchase the 3D NFT, which the first user uh, he did use the 3D NFT, and then he did put for sale, um, and currently there is a buyer for this 3D NFT. So the second user, they're using their debit or credit card, they make a transaction to make a payment from their national fiat currency, and then it is deposited, uh, like the sale is deposited in our bank account. Then what happens is there is a transfer of ownership from the initial user of the 3D NFT to the second user who is now owner of this 3D NFT. Then what is happening is a transaction from our bank account and conversion from US dollars to the national currency of the first user who is now the former owner of the 3D NFT. So what I just described is the second parallel and independent way of buying and selling of 3D NFT on our 3D NFT marketplace. And this is the time which I can tell you the URL and the name of the website of our 3D NFT marketplace. It is 3dnft.decentralizedweb.org. 3D NFT is written in a way of the number 3 followed by the letter D, followed by 3 other letters NFT, and this is all together 3D NFT. Then there is dot, then there are 2 words, decentralized web, and they're all together, decentralized web. Then there is dot, and it ends with org. On the bottom of every page of our 3D NFT marketplace, you're going to see the icons of the social networks that we post on. You can become a follower, you can become a member of the group, and then get notified about educational events, just like the event today. And you can become a member of the group, participate, and become also a follower of the channels, which are mainly broadcast channels like Twitter, Instagram, and their channels which they have groups like, for example, Telegram and Reddit and Discord. With this said, I'm ending this little introduction and coming back to the topic of today, which is reshaping our world, potential impact of AI on our lives. And the topic was inspired by an article which I did read, and the article starts with an observation, and the observation is that we don't socialize anymore. This leads to a loneliness epidemic, and so people around the world, they mostly spend time on their own. And so what is happening metaphorically is that we're exiting one by one the shared society, and we're being mostly we're spending the time mostly on our own. And so, like, if we're looking, for example, for one like to a TV commercial, for example, the commercial of Jim Beam, which is a liquor, alcoholic beverage, and this ad invites us to come to the friendly neighborhood bar and have a drink with and socialize with fellow drinkers. So this was the traditional message to come in the company of other human beings and do some socializing while consuming certain beverage. So like, but people no longer are doing this, and the social situation AI is developing right now is the situation of people spending time mostly on their own. Our fragile, introverted society is about to be given a godlike power of world creation. Current AI technology allows us to generate anything we want, personal and on demand. Whether this is going to be a newscast or games or porn or friends or romantic partners, video, or even resurrecting dead people we know. So we will be consuming it all enhanced into the safety of our Vision Pros. Some are already arguing that OpenAI Sora proves we're living a world in a simulation. Whether we're in a base reality or not, we're all about to become simulators, lording courtly over our personal kingdoms. Our We now have a profound consequential choice to make. Where will we be calling home? You can choose like the real world with its highs and increasingly with its lows, or you can choose an immersive artificial AI-powered world of our own creation. Um, so what this is all going to mean to us, what is going to mean for brands, for society, for our institution. In order to reconcile these headlines, we have to center the emotional experiences they each provide. What does it feel to live in a society that is coming apart? What does it feel like to live in a digitally simulated world of our own making? How does each world satisfy or not our own core human needs for belonging and for self-actualization? So what largely is missing from both AI with radically alter society, dissolve discourse, positive or negative, and what happened to society discourse is any attempt at reconciliation. At AI is entering our society, this one and this matters, but it is not coming in a vacuum. Um, it's not difficult to see which of these is preferable. What is striking is just how much the emotional experience of AI um, uh, abets the existing real world trends of isolation, inversion, uh, risk, risk aversion, and societal exit. The popularity of AI worlds is poised to explode. And like if we are looking, for example, at the traffic of drive of the drive-through traffic through of fast food restaurant, like this traffic is booming to the detriment of like going to a real fast food place, like inside of a fast food place or a real restaurant. Uh, so like what is emerging is new cultural attitude towards risk. Sociologists call this culture of fear. The shell we are placing uh, around ourselves has grown bigger, and like this risk aversion is especially prominent in the latest new Gen Z, and they themselves are growing anxious and depressed because their phones have become the medium of their reality. They don't have hang out, they don't hang out, they don't have sex, they don't drive, don't drink or learn about themselves and each other in a healthy flirtation with risk. Um, like um, some writers they say it is tragic. All this tragic because it is putting us on a trajectory to miss out what is actually meaningful. There is no love without vulnerability, and there is no life without fear. And uh, you will no doubt derail, derail romance if we are too risk averse. We plant romance and passion with this constant calculation of risk and paranoid scanning for risk. And like so, in general, like according to some writers, Gen Z is a generation absolutely terrified of getting hurt and doing all they can to avoid it. Um, our real world culture is of risk aversion is about to collide with the most powerful, emotionally seductive technology the world has ever known. Many are already opting out of reality. Uh, these same people will likely choose to inhabit digital worlds that eliminate risk. An AI partner, for example, will never disappoint or hurt us. Um, we're totally and completely safe, and in contrast, life in real world is incredibly challenging. It is hurtful. It can break our hearts. Um, we cannot design it, and we cannot control it. And like we take our lumps and jumps, and we learn. We get exposed to challenging situations and challenging people. Uh, we get exposed to difference and to risk. The ability to customize, conjure, and control our experience with AI is an incredible power. Um, Throughout human history, we have been at the mercy of God and never gods ourselves. Spending time in self-created world and designed relationships is a peak experience of personal agency that does not exist in the emotional reality of day-to-day lives. Um, we primarily spend our time in three areas. We spend time with our partners, or with our families, or with our own entertainments. How might things play out in this core area? What can we know now? What it will feel like for these um, early citizens of AI worlds. The first aspect is AI partnerships, and let's imagine it's 2030, and a friend of ours is in a loving and emotionally fulfilling relationship with an AI. Our friend has designed their partner to completely satisfy their physical and emotional requirements. They spend time together with virtual reality every night, and our friend wears a headset and in their apartment. There, our friend routinely generates high fidelity uh, video dates for the two of them. When they have sex, our friend uses sex technology that is synced with the video they generated, um, whatever they want in the moment. Our friend mirror neurons don't know the difference. At the level of brain chemistry, our friend is experiencing reality. And technology is advancing reality, and soon this will be much easier and more common. Sora and Apple Vision Pro will enable us to generate very realistic scenes with our AI companions, and to consume them in augmented reality. Sex tech for simulated romance is already $1 billion industry, and it is growing. Early returns are overwhelmingly positive, proving that human beings are capable of developing intense emotional bonds and with artificial companions. And right now, men are the primary consumers of AI partners, and this is likely to hold in near future. But there are signs that women are getting on this as well. For example, women in China say that AI boyfriends are better at talking to them than real men. For now, Though, let's talk about men and young people have always been the early adopters of technology. And so if we think about dating life, uh, of course, between 14 to 74, it is reasonable to expect that teenage boys and men will dip in and out of relationships over the course of their lives. And it is likely that teenage boys will start with AI partners themselves. Again, AI are always available and always on our side. Uh, will this help involuntary celibate men become less hateful? Will this turn more men into unmarriable men? Will this hurt women in real life? What does an AI experience of complete and total um, emotional satisfaction mean for real world relationships? Um, so we are going to ask how does it play out and what is going to happen. But let's look at the second aspect, and this is the aspect of AI and family lives. Um, let's imagine we have a son, and our son has daily interaction with AI that is a mentor, a friend, a therapist, and a tutor all at once. This AI is our son's go-to person for anything, any need he has. The AI is trained on all of the world knowledge of positive psychology, and it models emotional control for our son in their interactions. We no longer need to assist him with homework. This is not his AI job. At first, we were skeptical about these relationships. Uh, but since he began talking with the AI companion, we notice newfound maturity, and he's starting to thrive at school. So this is going to mean that, like, uh, if we extrapolate a little bit in the future, we are not going to have strong relationships with our children, and our children are going to have maybe stronger relationships with an artificial and like virtual companion and partner who is like playing the role of like virtual uh, teacher or virtual parent to them, um, in substitution to the real parent that our kids currently have. And some people believe that in 10 years, one of these most important relationships in a child's life will be with AI. Um, we do not have a model for what these relationships is in our current society. Uh, what do you contact your therapist and friend? What is this actually? What are the boundaries? What is healthy and unhealthy about a relationship like this? Children will naturally develop strong emotional attachments to their AI helpers. Fascinatingly, these AIs will share our children's experiences, and as children grow and maintain these relationships over the span of years, a repertoire of shared experiences develops between the two, which will make these relationships incredibly difficult or rightfully painful to break and cast out. Um, Life has a habit of always recommending a person to be in our corner after all. Um, when these children grow up and start dating each other in real world, their long-time AI companions will likely come with them in some capacity. The two will become four, and managing this tension will be new relationship imperative. Uh, the extent parents allow children to engage with AI is a choice family will face in real future, and there will be social pressure. Another choice families will have face is how much they will continue to share the same reality in their home. When watching videos of Apple's Vision Pro in action, we quickly realize that it represents world choice. Imagine our partner is all about it, and they create a personal virtual layer in our home. Uh, they pin relevant windows, tasks, and applications in space all over our home. They start spending more time on a headset on, and in order to keep up, we have to do the same. This is a choice again. What world we are as a family primarily going to live in, and will we make the same choices for our children? And this leap enables AI system to learn, um, and we can look at actually the third aspect, AI and entertainment, and let's imagine um, a theoretical virtual reality set that could fully trick all of our senses with perfect fidelity. We put the headset on and see the highest resolution, a perfect visual of the expansive Grand Canyon, for example, or some beautiful natural wonder in front of us. We could see perfect visuals and hear the birds chirping, and feel the wind on our face, and smell the grass, feel the warm sun on our neck, and every sense is fully covered to the point where our brain basically is tricked into believing we're actually looking at the Grand Canyon. So when you take the headset off, would we be willing to go to the Grand Canyon? Survivors of near-death experiences, they report that when they're beyond they observe no distinction between their inner and their outer reality, because they can change their surroundings and their environment just with then thinking about it. This is an intentional metaphor in our presentation. Our newfound ability is miraculous, and we can think it. If we can think it, then we can create it. In the near future, we will be able to generate personal visions and personal versions of reality just with our thoughts. The floodgates for creation have opened, and current technology enables us to generate newscasts on the topics we want with AI newscasters. We can generate a gaming world for ourselves and others. We can generate video content on literally anything, and high fidelity facsimiles of our deceased loved ones. We can generate personal pornography and many AI bot simulations and helpful relationships of all varieties. Right now, these experiences mostly exist in 2D, but soon they will take the leap into 3D. Consumable in augmented reality headset powered by spatial computing, making them much easier and much realer. We will become both gods and experiencers, creators who walk among their creations. What is so seductive about all this is that it gives us the ability to make our fantasies reality by bending the world to our will. Anywhere on the planet we want to go, we can. Any experiences we are daydreaming about living is ours. Any Comic Con-esque world we would rather be living in, the real estate is free and ours. The knock-on implications of this are almost too vast to comprehend. They will disrupt really nearly every industry in the long run. And it is not just Hollywood which will be disrupted. Any real world form of entertainment is about to face existential competition, and be it travel, live music, sporting events, or you name it. Digital inhabitants are going to find digital solutions that enable them to sidestep real-world challenges these forms of entertainment present. The scale of society is shrinking again. We're gone from all of us to some of us, and now to me. We're on the precipice of a true multiverse within the multiverse. And with this said, I'm going to be ending part 1 of this presentation, and next week we're going to have part 2 of this presentation of reshaping our worlds, potential impact of AI on our lives. Once again, I like to invite you to come and join our communities, and you can find the social networks, groups, and channels that we're posting on the bottom of every page on our marketplace. And once again, the name and the URL of our 3D NFT marketplace is 3dnft.decentralizedweb.org. 3D NFT is written in a way of the number 3, followed by the letter D, followed by 3 other letters NFT, and it is all together 3D NFT. Then there is dot, then there are 2 words, decentralized and web, and they're typed all together, decentralized web. Then there is dot, and it ends with org. Once again, 3dnft.decentralizedweb.org. On the bottom of on the bottom of every page of the 3D NFT marketplace, you can see the icons of the social networks that we post on. You can click on one or more, become a follower, become a member of the group, or join our community. Thank you for coming. Thank you for viewing and listening to this presentation. Have a nice day. Have a nice evening, and goodbye.